Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, well, we've got two brand new vehicles in the game. We've got the Tier 7 heavy tank, the Annihilator, and as well the Spike that you can actually grab for free. Now, the Annihilator just came into the game for the Burning Events Battle Pass. Now, I actually find this Battle Pass pretty dang easy to complete, because if you want to get the Spike, of course, you can get it for free. And in fact, as Wargaming said in their video, you can complete the first 15 stages of the Battle Pass pretty easily for free, which is pretty dang nice. Now, after you complete the first 15 stages, honestly, if you want to get this vehicle, a Tier 7, very nice looking, or at least not nice looking, but should I say very nice looking statistically, Tier 7 heavy tank, all you have to do is spend $10 for the petroleum, and you should be able to get yourself the Annihilator, and as well a bunch of camo, some of the crates as well. So I actually think that this event is pretty dang nice, judging that for $10 you can get yourself a Tier 7 heavy tank that looks to be quite OP. But of course, I have not played it yet, and we're going to find out how it does play in today's video. Now, you also are able to get up these burning containers, or the Mad Tanks containers, should I say. Now, these also come when you do get the petroleum container, and you're able to make your way through the event. So I just wanted to open these first to just test our luck. So there we go, we actually got a scavenger. So look at that, my 5% drop chance is so lucky. So, you know what, hey, we got a Tier 5 vehicle out of them, but don't expect to get anything special out of those containers. They're just nice that Wargaming actually threw them in there in the first place. You don't have to spend gold to get them, but you do get a chance, as you can see here. There's a couple every now and then you will be picking up. So I actually really like this event. I don't think it's super expensive, and you are able to get yourself a Tier 7 vehicle. Now, you are going to have to grind quite a bit, which means that, yeah, it's not going to be the easiest thing, but if you get yourself the Spike and then you keep grinding, it's actually going to be way easier once you get the petroleum, because the Spike earns you more petroleum points. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But of course, let's get into one battle here with the Annihilator after taking a quick peek at the statistics. So the gun here has decent aiming time at 3.7 seconds. The dispersion, yeah, it's not great. 0.362 is pretty much the same type of dispersion you'll find on the Tier 10 IS-7, which of course carries a 130mm, so this gun is definitely not very accurate, but there's a reason for that. And that's because this vehicle does 630 damage in a clip, and it's a clip that takes 0.66 seconds to get out, which means that, yeah, you're dealing pretty much smasher levels of damage in 0.66 seconds, and you've got good penetration on your standard and as well the premium. And yeah, that's where this vehicle goes quite well. It's pretty much like getting a Helsing and then increasing the damage to 210 per shot and then giving it an extra shell with 0 dispersion after firing. Yeah, kind of weird. So of course, in today's video, we're going to be finding out how this vehicle does play. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below, but without further ado, let's try and load into a game. Now, I've stated my opinion quite a bit of times on the Annihilator, but I don't think it's a very nice looking vehicle. I wish it did actually look enjoyable to play, but it is kind of ugly, at least from my personal opinions. Let me know what you guys think of the build design of the Annihilator in the comments down below. I feel like it's kind of a American 1960s, almost robot toy, it kind of looks like. Let me know, but it really does look kind of weird to my personal opinion. How do I think it's going to play? Well, it's got 8 degrees of gun depression, and if you look at the armor profile of the tank, which of course isn't that easy to find, the armor profile is pretty weird. So the turret armor is actually very solid. It's about 250mm to 220 on the turret. It actually will bounce a lot of shells on the turret, kind of like a Kronwagen's turret at Tier 7. But other than the turret, the hull armor is extremely weak. In fact, the lower plate on this tank is 80mm thick. Now, what that means is, yes, while the turret is going to bounce a lot of shells, that lower plate is going to be one of the easiest pens in the planet. Now, you'll notice I've got that improved engine power speed boost, which means that if I plop that on here, I'm easily able to go past 35 kilometers per hour, and that's something that, of course, is pretty dang nice. But you'll notice it does not have the quickest of top speeds in general here, so that's one thing also to keep in mind. I think it goes 35 kilometers per hour to, yes, as you can see, 35 kilometers per hour forward as the top speed. We got the IS right out in the open, and if we load premium, well, there you go. That was 516 damage with 3 shells fired. So that was a perfect example to show how this new vehicle is going to play in the game, because that was a pretty deadly clip. We did end up getting hit by the enemy AMX, it would look like, or, you know what, we did, yeah, ooh, there you go. There was another clip coming out of the vehicle, but you can see that the armor on the tank is not great. Like, we got penned by every shell hitting us. The armor is going to fall apart very, very quickly, but at the same time, if we let that gun go out, Oh yeah, that gun is getting out quite a bit of damage. Judging again, that was another 436, and we're starting to rack out that damage quite a bit. Now you can see the gun is not the most accurate, and that's one of the most balancing features I can say about it, is that it's going to struggle to get out the most damage in the first place just because you have to hit the enemy, which I think it's actually going to struggle to do. So we got the AMX here. Come on, fire. Yeah, there's that wonderful accuracy going for me again. So it's definitely going to struggle trying to get out the most of shots. As you can see, it doesn't get them all out like when I was trying to shoot that AMX, but I have a feeling that in close range, like on this M41 Bulldog, this vehicle is going to be quite overpowered, and I kind of want to find that out right now. So that's, of course, what we're going to try and do on the enemy M41. So let's, of course, let's fire at him. Yeah, there you go, 580 damage. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to say this vehicle is going to be overpowered. Like, I've already picked up 2,100 damage in a matter of, what, about a minute of shooting? Not really much shooting, to be fair. And the gun doesn't... Where we go? 440 damage on the rear of a VK-28 across the map. The shell velocity seems quite good on the vehicle as well. There's really nothing I can say that's bad about the tank other than that armor. Actually, we got penned in a turret. Okay, so the turret armor as well is not very good. That's one thing to keep in mind. It looks to be that the turret armor is extremely weak, at least at the roof. That's one thing I've seen on the armor profiles, that the turret does not seem super strong still. So I guess the big balancing factor is that it doesn't have the strongest of armor profiles. But again, when you got this gun, yeah, it's kind of stupid. If there's a tank with like 300 health left, you don't even need to aim. You just fire your clip and they die. So that's the first game pulled out in the vehicle, 2,700 damage, and that seemed a little bit too easy if you ask me for getting out the damage. That's been the first game pulled out in the vehicle. How did that perform? Second class. It seems kind of weird on how much damage we did pull out, but of course, let's do one more game to see if that was just sheer luck, and that was, you know, maybe just us doing well, or maybe we'll get a tier 8 battle and it will fall apart. Now, the weird thing about this tank, also sorry about that, it's very early in the morning for me, so my voice did really not like me there, but the weird thing about the Annihilator is that it also has really good pen going for it, and even with the nice pen, it's not nearly like the Smasher's pen. That's one thing I can say, is Wargaming did the high explosive right on this vehicle, because if they'd made the high explosive 300 damage per shot, it would have done 960 damage in a clip, which of course would have been pretty dang stupid. It would have been literally just a Smasher and better in every single way. So thankfully, Wargaming, and I give Wargaming credit for this, they did not give this vehicle super high explosive damage. It's only 250, which of course is still a nice clip. It's, what is it? 600, it's 750 damage in a clip. So it's still a very deadly clip, but the thing is that it's not 960. If it was, oh, you know I would have been on a big rant about that. The other reason I'm not going to complain about this tank, even if it is overpowered, is because everybody has a chance of getting it for 10 bucks, and that's not a bad deal. So while it is overpowered, and in fact, I think it really is kind of broken here, as you saw the first game there, that was one of the easiest games I did pull out. Like, compared to a Helsing, that game was stupid on how easy it was. Even across the map, the gun seems quite accurate. It's got that speed boost as well, which you can see here easily just boosted me up to 40 kilometers per hour, which means we're going to be making our way right up this hill. But again, this tank is just not pretty looking now, is it? I don't think so. Now, it comes with 8 degrees of gun depression, which of course is pretty dang nice, and well, there you go, 676 damage off of that poor Sentinel. I would love to back up, but I'm gonna have to blame my M6 for me losing all of my HP there. But you know what, we got the M6 here as well. Let's see if we can get maybe a shell into the M6 just before we start backing up. So, well, there you go, that was 705 hit points taken off of the M6. So you can definitely see where the bad things on this tank start to spark. The armor is not good. Like, it really is bad armor. And what that means is it's going to struggle to get out the occasional shell when you are trying to shoot the enemy, at least on the frontal armor wise. So let's see if we can get a shell into there. We go. Nice shot into the AC. So what are we at of damage already? We're already at 1,500 damage. We've got the 100 Y at the back of the map. And in another 6 seconds, we should be able to try and get some shells into the Annihilator. I'm going to try and use my my hull armor to the best of my advantage. Actually, he just fired, which of course is good for me. So we're going to pull out here. We're going to see how the armor does look on the tank. And yeah, you can see it's not great looking on the frontal hull. It's decent, but it's not really going to bounce many shells, to be fair. So we're going to see if we can get one more shot into the Annihilator. Oh, he was taken out. Come on, Comet, get a shell in. All right, I guess we'll get a shell in for you, Comet. So here we go. There you go, finishing off the Annihilator. Now we got the SU-100Y out in the open. We'll see if we can get a shell into him without my Comet being finished off. off. Ooh, oh, our Comet got super duper lucky there. So we've got the SU-100Y now, who of course I'm just going to go rush and see if we can finish off. No, we're not able to get shells into him yet, so we're just going to rush forwards here, see if we can get some nice shots into the side of his tank. He's got 500 hit points, so hello, how are you doing, comrade? Yeah, there you go. So again, 2600 damage pulled out already. I'm going to have to say this is definitely an overpowered tank. You can see that the armor isn't very good. In fact, if you're aiming at the armor, you can take it out, but the fact of just the gun it has and how deadly it is cracked. It's definitely OP. So let me know what you guys think of the vehicle in the comments. Let's just fire on the move. No point to aim in. Still hit one of our shells. This tank is it's something else. I can say it's fun to play. As I said, it's free to kind of get, like, it's $10. It's not free, but it's $10 to get an extremely overpowered Tier 7 Heavy. I don't think it's better than the Smasher, because, of course, the Smasher has the heat pen. It's got the high explosive pen. It's got the armor. The Smasher is one of the most retarded tanks in the game, as we do know. So I think it's good. I don't think it's Smasher levels good, but I think it is up there. I would actually rate this as one of the better tanks. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of this vehicle. I definitely think the Smasher looks way better. If you want me to do as well, I'll make a video on the Spike, the Tier 5 vehicle. But as you guys know, I usually don't make videos on the lower tier tanks. So as I said, my opinions on this Battle Pass event, I think it's actually pretty good. If you want to spend the $10 to try and make your way all the way to the end, I personally think it's actually worth it. Not only do you get the chance of these crates here, and, you know, the crates not only give you a chance to get the Gravedigger, the Smasher, and I will say the Smasher's drop chance is only a 1%. The Smasher is, the Smasher's 1%, the Takenstein's 2%, the Gravedigger's 3%, and the Scavenger's also 2%. So your drop chances are terrible on the containers, but at the same time, it's still kind of nice that you actually get containers in the first place, judging that Wargaming didn't need to put them in for free at all. So let me know once again what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.